Welcome. I am so excited to nerd out. Notion is my vibe. If we haven't met, I'm Megan. I'm the founder and chief education officer at Life Made Easy. I aspire to help women create their ideal lives confidently, like the badass that you are. And part of creating your ideal life is organizing your ideal life. And so I'm here to help you in that facet. I love Notion. If you can't tell, with everything in me, I literally built Life Made Easy in Notion. Life Made Easy became official in the end of 2019, and I got into Notion that February, March, and literally built my entire business in Notion. So I'm going to show you things on the personal side and the business side. I'm going to be very basic today, just so you can get a gist of it. I won't get too crazy. Some people have looked at my stuff like, whoa. So we're going to start slow. If you have any questions, if you haven't been on a workshop or anything with me before, this is very informal. Again, grab your wine, grab your herbs, we're adults, or grab water and veggies. I support that as well. Healthy eating. Your body is a temple. My temple is full of wine right now. And very informal. If you have a question, you can type it. I probably won't see it, so it's much easier to just come on the microphone and ask me. You can interrupt me at any moment. It's all good. And so on that note, let's dive in. Just in case you came late, if you do not have Notion yet, that is my affiliate link. Thank you in advance for using it. Okay, so let me show you just two things that I use Notion for, and then we're going to go through some demo things. And then toward the end, you'll have the opportunity to play. You can play or you can watch me do the heavy lifting for you. It's all good. And again, this is recorded, so I'm going to send it to you the second that we're done. Let me just do. Okay. All right, so first, this is my HQ. I call it MayQ because if you don't know, I'm a part-time narcissist. So if it doesn't have my name in it, I don't want it. And so this is my MayQ. My mantra for the year is work less, earn more. I aspire to help all the humans in life work less, earn more because you deserve it and you deserve to get paid to rest. That is what the Lord and Allah all put you here for. And so I have my priorities for the day. I have none because I finished them. Go me. That usually does not happen. Let's say I did have something new. I would just tap here and I can say a new task, something for my weekly check-in for Life Made Easy, a new money task, or something for growth related. I can just say a new task. Film this. When it's due, what it's for, I'll say it's creative. When is it due? It's due today. And that's it. Pretty simple. This is the done box. I can just check. Here I have all of my business stuff that I want to tap quickly, quick access. My on repeat playlist from Spotify because if music controls my sanity. Lists, anything important like my reading list. I try to remember to put all of my lists here and I'll put who recommended it for me, books I've started, books that I'm currently reading, and books that I finished. If I go back, I have also Dare to Dream. So I haven't started my wishes, but I have ideas. The Amazing Race, I track all of my travels like the nerd I am. My content calendar. This was a podcast, but it became Moments with May. So I have to update that. And then my other podcasts and then growth stuff. So anything that I need to quickly access, I keep here. This is like where I reference every day. Another way that I use Notion on the business side of things, or if you are a content creator, this is my content calendar. And yeah, it's a calendar, but I post shit when I post shit. It's a calendar, use the word calendar loosely. It's more so a content database. And I have it organized by type. So Friday report, IG Reels. If I get any ideas, I put them here. Medium stuff. Actually, this I publish. So I'm going to check that. And then now it goes away. Click out of this. My podcast, Moments with May. And yeah, it's a great way for me to easily be able to see what I have in my brain content wise. And if you are a content creator, if you're ever stuck on ideas, if you're holding future you down and constantly putting ideas here as they come up, then you'll always have ideas to reference when you do want to create content. Now for you, let's start with, I want to show you again, I'm going to keep today chill. We're not going to get too crazy, but let's make a playground. And I'm going to make this bigger for you. Something I love about Notion is you can basically have unlimited workspaces and accounts. So this is What the Fuck is Notion is a new course of mine, and I made my own entire separate area in Notion. And then from there, I can create different workspaces if I wanted to within here. So I could say marketing, admin, I could have everything segmented. So in theory, if you have a business and you have teams, you could have different teams in different spaces. For now, it's just us, so nothing crazy. The main thing that I want you to take away from this right now is that the slash, like how it says type slash for commands, this slash is it's your magic wand. All the magic, everything lives in this slash. So I want to take you through the different options. So slash text, simple, paragraph vibes. Slash page, that makes a new page. Let's call it new page. Go back to playground, voila, you have this new page. To-do list, this is when you want to checkbox. Simple. Also, I am caffeinated and I'm from New England, so I speak very quickly. If you ever need me to slow down, you can tell me. Heading 1, super big. Heading 2, medium. Heading 3, small. And then table. Now, you may have started to notice that I have different, they call them databases. This table is not a database. This is like a generic, colors, quantity. If you had a set amount of data and you just wanted to fill this in, I can't even think of a reason that I would use this, to be honest. Yeah, I would always use a database. I can't think of any reason to use this right now. So we're going to delete that guy. Bullets, cool. Also, if I wanted that bullet, slash bullet, boom. Numbers, same vibe. And it does work like, I could pretend to tell you what this means. I mean, what this is called. What is this called when it's, the vocabulary is limited, but you got me, you feel me. It's called something, I know it is. There is a word. Do you know it? I see you typing.
Sam said indent.
Indent, yeah. Maybe it's that. An indented list, that sounds about right. I'm gonna trust you way more than I trust my brain right now. Toggle, whoo! Listen, the toggle. If you are a course creator or if you're like travel planning, this is big. Because I would do, let me think of a real life example for toggle. Oh, all right. Let's pretend you have a husband or a wife or a human and you're going to send them to the store, and let's pretend that they use Notion. Inshallah, they use Notion. You're going to send them to the store to go grocery shopping, but you already know that they're a mess when they go grocery shopping. So you already know you got to organize this list in a certain way so that they can effectively get these groceries, or you're going to not get your apples, or you're going to get the wrong apples. So how I would do this is categorize them. Veggies, what do you call paper towel stuff? House supplies. And then maybe like dry foods. So you can just categorize it for them and say lentils, paper towels. As you can see, I'm doing all of this with a slash and typing to do. That's it. Cucumbers, help them out. Boom. Maybe you have 3 kids and you want to keep track of their medical stuff. Or like, I mean, I wouldn't get crazy and put their social security number in here. Actually, no, I probably would. The government has all of my information. I don't care. But, maybe you do care and you're not going to put it here. Cool. But maybe for all of your kids, you want to put, I don't know, their last vaccinations, because kids get a lot of those, or something like that. Or when did they last go to the doctor? When did they last go to the dentist? Then you can put Luke, Lily, Alice. Are these Brady Bunch people? I don't even know where these names are coming from. But now you can put all of their information here and have them segmented so that you don't get confused when you're reading through. But toggles, all the time. What else? What else? Quotes. Maybe you want to feel inspired. I am the shit. It is true. And you can put a little quote at the top of your dashboard. Again, a quote is something that I would use if I was doing a course. Dividers, I'm big on compartmentalizing everything in my life. I love things separated, so I use dividers a lot, and that's all it is. It's literally what it sounds like, a divider. I feel like it's something so simple, but especially as you start to really build out your page and build out your dashboard, it just keeps things so much cleaner, I feel. Link to page. If you have an existing page in Notion, then you can just link to this page here and just search for it. And so maybe I wanted to link to my home base. Boom, I can just put the link here. So that way you don't have to, maybe you're always, for example, on my MakeQ here, these are linked, as you can see. That underline just means it's a regular link. But if I wanted to just say link to page, and link to my content calendar, I can do it like that. I personally prefer these links because, I don't know, I like to have the custom emojis next to each one. I feel like it was a different little twist on things, but you can easily do it this way as well. Then we have call out. Love this guy. So this is when you want to highlight something. Again, if I were using this for personal use, maybe, this isn't a personal use. Well, actually, yes, it is. Travel planning. So I'm extra, can you tell? And I'll make an itinerary for my friends if we're traveling together or whoever I'm traveling with, or if I'm traveling solo. And maybe I'll say something like, just now I landed at the Lisbon airport a few hours ago. So I would say, to catch the Uber, make sure you go to arrivals instead of departures. Now, because again, I'm extra. You see this light bulb? That's my default because light bulbs are the vibe of life made easy. But you can make this whatever you want. So you can say it's a plane. Now, some people may say, Maegan, these little details don't matter. Those people are liars and we don't trust them. So you can make it a plane. You can make this is new. This is like as of 2 weeks ago, Notion created these icons. And if you want to be, I don't know, keep things a little cleaner, emojis are a bit too much for me, to be honest. You can do a plane and you can choose a color. You can keep it gray. We'll get spicy. We'll choose pink. Now, lastly, something I love everything custom made. You can do custom. And so you can link to, maybe you found an icon online and you want to use it. You can just put the link here and use that icon. I'm going to go show you that in a second. Or you can upload a file and choose your own. So let's say I want to do logo. I'll do Life Made Easy's logo. Give it a second. Boom, such a cute little touch, you feel me? So you can do anything, you can do your face. Again, if you wanted to, maybe you wanted to make a section for each of your kids, you can put a little circle face of theirs, get crazy, have fun. So yeah, the little things. But also don't get too crazy because you want it to be, easy to use. Mention a person. This is if you're working with someone else in Notion, or again, maybe your partner or your friends are in here while you're travel planning. You can just add them and add the person. I have no one else in this workspace right now. Date or reminder. So you can say, remind me tomorrow at 9 a.m. And if you have Notion on your phone, or even if you have it here, you'll get a reminder. And so I do this often when, let's say, again, this is more of a business thing, or maybe, let's talk about for the kids. Or for yourself, you know that the last time you went to the dentist was like you're in Notion and you're like, I went to the dentist on January 17th. So I know that in about 6 months, I'm going to have to go back. So in 5 months, I'm going to remind myself to make an appointment. Again, future you, right? We're trying to create as much free space in your brain as possible. So as best you can, free up space in your mind and just remind yourself right now, in 5 months, you're going to remind future you to make a dentist appointment. So little things like that, game changer. And emojis. So emoji, I actually don't use it with the slash. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah, no. So emoji is the only one that I don't use like this. It says slash emoji and you can tap it and it's gonna pull these up. Here's really how you use it. Also, if you use WhatsApp, this is also how you pull up emojis on WhatsApp. This is how you pull up emojis on Slack. Basically any quote unquote no code app, this is how you pull up emojis. You hit a colon. Is this one a semicolon or a colon? I'm pretty sure it's a colon. You tap colon, and then what are you looking for? I'll put heart. Boom. Colon sun. Boom. Clouds. That's it. So, and as you start to use different apps or on your phone or whatever, try that out, or even on your computer, try this colon. Same, this is a quick addendum, but same with links. This works like this in, the only thing I can think of is Notion, Medium, ConvertKit. But basically all the apps that are great that I love, if you type a word and you either hit Command All or you just hover over the word, you can paste a link. You don't have to do old school paste. You can literally just hover over it, paste, it goes right through. Again, these are the little things that save time, just, gets me tingly inside. And then, all right, databases we're not gonna dive into. Media is simple, a video, you can have a link or you can upload it, image. What else would we do in media? Spotify. You don't even have to come in here for Spotify, but I'm gonna show you that. Files. So maybe you have, again, for the kids, they're getting vaccinated and you have their vaccination records. You can just upload them here. So now you can make a whole, for yourself or your kids, you can make a whole health record. For who knows, right? Emergency purposes. You could literally, again, some people would argue, I guess, don't put your personal information here. I feel it's secure, and the government knows anything they want to know about you. Get over it. But you could make a whole health record for yourself here. You could make a whole travel record for yourself. Yes, you can upload the files directly. You can link to Google Drive. You can embed a tweet. You can put Google Maps. Again, if you're traveling, you can get the link to the Google map for your Airbnb, paste it in here. It's going to make a map for you, easily accessible to all your friends. And then these are just different apps that we won't dive into. We good so far? Any questions? We're going to play around. Oh, 1 second. I need to open the door. Did I break a door? Maybe. Okay. So let's play. I'm going to send you this link that I'm about to reference for you to follow along. Boom. I'm going to use it here, but if you want to reference the things that I'm mentioning now or in the future, again, when we hang up, I'm going to email you this recording and all of these resources, but this is what we're using right now. So we are going to duplicate this. We're actually going to delete this playground. We're good off of that. This is your home base for the time being. And we're going to, we meaning me, but I'm going to ask you a few questions to see what you think about getting this done. We're going to replicate this. So this is your Notion home base. Again, this is very simple. You saw my May queue. This is how I have mine. But my main focus right now is that you get comfortable using the different features and the different things that you can embed. So your Notion home base, you have your top three. This is a common concept that people do is like, what are your top three things that you need to get done every day? And so every morning you can come in and say, you know, emails, cleaners, I don't know, more emails, emails to that guy. And you can check these off as you go. Now, you're like, okay, but then every day, do I have to come in and retype this out? That doesn't feel very efficient, right? I would just delete this and just say new top three. So this is a template button. And every time you want new ones, you can just type top three, new top three. I have my another Spotify playlist. You already know, music over everything. I have a widget here for the time and the day. And then projects. This is a database. So I have work. Here's a to-do list. I have school, to-do list, and then I have goals. And this is actually a timeline. And so my timeline so I have these three goals, and then I have the dates in which I want to complete these goals. So let me go through and just break these down a little bit for you before we redo this exact thing that we see here so you can get the vibe. So under your projects, I actually wouldn't do it like this. You see how it says your projects? We're gonna actually just clean this up a bit. I'm gonna go to layout, and I'm gonna take away show database title. Just looks a little cleaner. Work and school each have to-do lists, right? But this is the same database. Do you have any ideas why? Can you tell me why this list under work is just something for work? This list under school is just something for school. You can type or use your mic. Do you have any ideas why or how? No worries if you don't, no pressure, but use your brain, you smart, you got it. Only work here, only school there, but technically they are coming from the same list.
The days are the same, so everything you need to get done on one day could be in one place somewhere else.
Facts. Could be, but it's not by day. It's right. It's like we only see work, we only see school. You're close. How come we only see work here?
The tag.
Say
Is that
again.
what you're, sorry, I'm not sure. You were asking if it's the tag? Is that what you're saying?
I was saying you're close. How you said about the date. Basically, what you're saying is a filter, and you were suggesting it was filtered by date, but actually it's filtered by the tag. And so that's just this. This page is filtered by the tag is work. So only show me anything with a work tag. Same with school. Only show me anything with the school tag. Oops, JK. Anything with the school tag. Now, like Nina said, I agree. In my ideal world, I would want to filter it by day. So let's do another one. Let's say revise grad school app. And we'll say that's due today. And then send the grad school app is due Monday. So I'm going to filter. I'm going to add a filter for the due date. And you see, you'll get this, right? Now, if I said the 15th, it would show me everything for today, but how is that sustainable? That would mean that every day I would have to go in here and update this to that date, right? No one has time for that. Instead, it's hidden here, which UX wise, I'm not into it. It was different before. It's very small, but it's actually this little drop down. Nope, I'm lying actually. It's not that. 3 dots, add to advanced filter. Again, before this was not advanced. So the due date is today. That's it. So now every time you come in here, you're only going to see things that are due today. Now, this works in theory, but this suggests that when we make to-do lists, we actually get everything done. I don't know about you, but that has maybe never really happened in my life. And so actually what I usually do is actually it's not is. I'm going to say due is on or before today. Because that way it's going to get the things you didn't do yesterday, right? And the things you didn't do on Monday. Because anything before today, and that's one more piece to this actually. So cool. Right now, we have anything that's school, and we have anything that's due today or before today. There's one more thing to do that actually I didn't do before we hopped on this that I should have done. I'm going to add one more filter. Done is unchecked. If it's done, I don't care. I don't want to see it. It's dead to me. But if it's unchecked, I want to see it. If it's for school, I want to see it. And if it's due today or any day before today, I want to see it. Okay, got the gist. So now we're going to, we as in me, I'm going to remake this while you watch so you can get the gist and hopefully build the dashboard of your dreams. So I'm going to make a new one. What did I call it? I called it Your Notion Home Base. We'll call it round 2. And let's do a little hand 2 instead, just for fun. All right, to start, let's go from the top down. You know what? I wonder. I'm going to split my screen. Bye, Yvette.
Bye. Have fun.
Thank you. All right, boom, boom. Okay, I'm gonna keep it like this for now, and then I'll make it bigger so you can see it better. But just for the top part. So you see here on the left-hand side, I have this home base image and I have this icon. Again, I like everything custom. And so if you go to the resources that I sent you, there's a Notion cover template, and that's for Canva. Use template. Oh man, let's go to this browser instead. Boom. So this is a template that I made to make it easier for you to be able to make your own Notion templates. I love to make, basically, yeah, I like everything custom made, can you tell? And so when you are making your own Notion template in Canva, should you want to, just know that anything in the blue is going to show everywhere. Anything in the gray, if you put something in the gray area, it's only going to show when you're on your computer, and anything in the yellow is only going to show when you're on your phone. But I do this all the time, and so this one is the one that I had just used to make that. Just peep the chat. How do you get your fun fonts? Got you. Let's talk fonts. And let's go back to our new one. So first, I'm going to add this cover. And to do that, you hover on the top. You see it's not there from not hovering. So you just have to remember, you just have to hover over it, add a cover, change this cover, and then I'm going to upload it. If you don't want to upload, no problem. You have all of these to choose from. They're pushing these new those new NASA images that came out, so these got added. Notion will stay pretty on top of pop culture and things like that, and put fun images for you to use. You can go to Unsplash and just basically search anything you want. Work, Paris, hamburger, anything you want. But I'm gonna upload. And it was one of these. Here we go. Boom. So that's my cover. Next is the icon. If you tap add icon, you'll see that the one that I used is not here. So these are all the emojis. Again, you can use emojis for your pages. I don't. It feels too busy for me. I have no attention span, so I like to be realistic with myself. You have these icons if you want to use them. And again, I like to use custom. I have it linked in your resources. I use this page. I also like a website called Icons 8 because you can use custom colors and they have a lot of things available. And this is free. These are both free. I like free things. But this one is my favorite. And so I'm going to look for map, copy it, come back to Notion, and then I'm gonna link. Boom. That's that. Now, I'm gonna unsplit so you can see everything. All right, so real quick, two things. If you look, you'll see that this is, it's very tight. Whereas, actually, you know what, you'll notice it later, so I'm not gonna get into it yet. Let's back up a bit. Now, before I keep going, I wanna tell you about fonts. These top three dots and these three dots in the right corner, this is where this fun stuff lives, and you can see like your page history. Maybe if you accidentally erase something, I've done this, and I've come back weeks later and I'm like, yo, I know this was here. You can go to page history right here and go back to the older versions. It has, whew, it saved my life. Oh, you've done it? Yes. Me too. Thank you. I'm so happy, Sam, that I'm not alone. Text. You can do small text. I don't, because again, I think it's too small. And then different font styles. So serif or mono. Now, something to note about the fonts, I personally, this font, the mono, it's my favorite. And something I do not know why they don't do this, or maybe I'm gonna look. I don't think they have updated this and I'm surprised. The default is the default on every page. So let's say you were super into the mono, you would have to, every page that you visit, you would have to make it mono. You wouldn't be able to just have that be a default app wide. I really don't like that. So I stick to the default one because I don't have the time to, or remember to update each page. I used to try to, but it wasn't realistic. So that's something to note. If we have our programs from Canvas and Notion, do I need to create a new Notion for this and pull that in here or keep both? No, because, well, let me ask you, because I actually built Candace's backend for the programming. When you have, when you get the programming from Candace, do you import it into your Notion so that you have lifetime? Okay, yes, so no, you already have an account then. So that would be your home base. And actually the way that I've helped people organize their programs, because I have programs from Candace as well. This is just, let's do a quick aside real quick for anyone watching now or in the future that gets workout programs. Let's do a page. This is what I would do. I would call this something like fitness database or fitness home base. This is January's program. And maybe January you did posture. So let's do January posture. That's a page. And then they're every 6 weeks. So then maybe you switch to fitness. And then each of these are pages. But really you would just drag it in. And so I would have, you know how I have my MAQ? I would have something on there just like this called fitness. Actually, I do. It's called fitness database, and just have a list of each program. And then that way you have lifetime access and you have everything neat and tidy in one place, and you can see which workouts you did, how well you did, da, da, da. Does that make sense? All right, perfect. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's delete this and keep going. I'm gonna go ahead and jump ahead and tell you now that I have this on full width when I made the other one. Now, you know how I had the top three and I had that little button where you can just quickly make a new top three? That's called a template. And that's in the slash because if you don't know where something is, it's in the slash. It's always in the slash. So just slash template button. I love this button. So you don't have to keep doing things over and over. What did I call it? I called it, hold on, let me close this other stuff. Close. New top three. So we're gonna call this new top three. And I'm gonna do it exactly the same. I think this was a heading 3. And if you ever wanna know, you should be able to, yeah, just double tap it. It'll tell you heading 3. So I'm gonna come here, delete this to do, call it top 3. And I'm gonna just copy all of this, or rather hover over all of this, select it. And I'm gonna change this to heading 3. And then I'm gonna change the color to red. Now, if you are into keyboard commands, as I am, I aspire to use my mouse as minimally as possible. That's my goal in life. Other people want to be astronauts. I don't want to use my mouse, dream big. Undo that. All you have to do, I would do Command A or Control A on a PC. Command Shift H in Notion is going to apply whatever the last thing was that you did. So maybe you just made something orange, or maybe you just highlighted something in gray. It's going to apply whatever it was that you just did. Command Shift H. But we're gonna go back to red. And then I'm gonna add my to-dos. Now, I can't just put this checkbox and hit enter. It's going to erase it. So here's what I do. Box, type some things, box. Oh, there we go. It gave me that one. Boom. That's it. That's my template. I've used these for so many different things. How I used to do my dashboard, my MAQ, the way that I used to do it was I've tried, when I tell you I have tried all the things for you so you don't have to, I have tried it all. You don't even know, psychotically, okay? I say this with shame. I used to have it as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the way that I would do it is I would have my days compartmentalized. So maybe on Fridays I do newsletters. On Tuesdays I do admin. On Thursdays I do coaching work. On Wednesdays I do errands for myself, whatever it was, right? And so I had each of those days, and I knew that I had pretty structured meetings because if you can't tell, I'm very structured. So if I meet with someone on Thursday, it's usually every Thursday at the same time. So I would have it where new Monday, new Tuesday, new Wednesday. And as those lists came out, I automatically had those meetings auto-populated in there so I could just check them off as I moved throughout the day. Or every Wednesday, you know that you want to pick up your favorite bread from the bakery. They only make it on Wednesdays. Every Thursday, your son has soccer. That's a way that you can use it as well. Bye, Sam, if you're still here. All right. We got our top 3. I'm not going to tap it yet. Next, we need Spotify. So I'm going to go to Spotify. I had this Moments with May soundtrack. You don't have to do this for Spotify. And let's say you also don't have to embed your music. Again, I'm extra. Also, this is in French, but I'm just going to copy the link to this playlist. So the 3 dots, copy the link to this playlist, just like if you were going to share it with a friend. And all I do is paste it. And it's going to prompt me, do I want to dismiss it? I'll show you what a bookmark looks like. This is a bookmark. So someone could just come in and click it. This is cool if you're making courses or something and you want to have easy access to different materials, but we want to embed it. Create embed. So maybe if you have a fitness database and you have all your workouts here and you got a fitness playlist or you have a few fitness playlists, Boom, bring the playlist here so you can jump around. And then now you have your workouts right next to it. So now I have my playlist. And then, fun part is, let's go to resources. This is called Widget Box. It's free. Again, I like free things. Man, it's supposed to be okay. I'm logged in. I did this clock with this one. It's called Digital Retro Clock, but you see there are so many different things. You can do weather. Weather's a good one actually, because the clock, honestly, like look at your computer. You're already on the computer. But you can do quotes, well, yeah, whatever the vibe is. But for now, we're going to do a clock. I'm going to create it. I just chose a random red. So I did this, I did red, and I think I did this one. I did small. And let me move your faces. Bottom here is copy. I'm going to come back to Notion. And I'm not even going to worry about where I paste it. I'm going to just paste it in here and create embed. All right, so we have like the skeleton, right? But it's looking a little janky. And if for reference, this is what it looks like. So I want it to look like this. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to first move your faces. I'm gonna drag this over here. And you see, you can look and see when it's gonna come on top or when it's gonna come to the side. I'm gonna release. Same thing with the clock. Release. But now I want to adjust the sizing so it can be cleaner. So I'm gonna make this a little smaller. I'm gonna change this Spotify and make it bigger. And drag this over here. And I think we're pretty close. Give that a little bit more space. And now I'll tap this and get my top 3. All right, we got the top. Slash divider, just as it is here, divider. And then as you can see, it says gallery view. Now I left this here so that you can know what it was called. It was called a gallery view, but you can change this. So you can, my main projects can be whatever you want. So let's make a new one. So slash gallery, everything is in the slash, and gallery is just a view of a database, but it is still a database. It is just a view of that particular database. We're gonna start from scratch. So I'm gonna do a new database. We'll call this your projects. And then what did I do? I did work, school, goals. Work. I'm gonna delete these. This created and tags. You don't need them. Get rid of it. We're gonna get rid of this too. Boom, we got work. School. Goals. And now real quick, you see how every time I was doing that, I was tapping out. Well, now let's do it. I was tapping out to get to it. That's actually the longer way. Instead, right here, these arrows, the top left, you can just go in between them. So work, down, school, goals, and you can just flow between the 3. Now let's do the aesthetics, the design part. So as you can see here, I have these headers for each of them. All I did was make this in Canva. You have the template, and I already have them saved, so let's add them real quick. So add a cover, change the cover, and let's see which one it is. Also, fun fact, if you're ever on a Mac and you are clicking through your downloads or in the files and you're like, which one is it though? Just hit the space bar. It'll make it bigger. Work. Let's do all 3. School. Change the cover. Boom, school. While that loads, add a cover. And you'll notice this one is goals. When I made these, the goals is in the middle, right? So it's already centered. Let's say the goals was toward the bottom of the page. Notion would automatically reposition the picture. So you actually wouldn't even have to fix it so that goals is in the middle. It would just do that automatically. Bye, Mandy. Boom. All right, now real quick, we're gonna add the icons. Let's see what I have. I have a stopwatch, I have an A plus, and I have a target. And I already gave you the link for where I go right here. So I'm gonna just do Command F, stopwatch, and I'm gonna go to work, add icon, tap it. It'll give you something random every time, which is nice. I like surprises. You're gonna do custom, paste that in, submit. Boom. Next, add an icon. Now let's look. What is that one called? Is it called A plus? Maybe it's called exam. A plus. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Let's filter by. Okay, let's look. Here it is. It was called exam. Custom, paste. And then lastly, I have a target for goals. Add icon. Boom. All right, we're getting closer. Almost done. Boom. So now, some aesthetic things. Again, I'm all about the design. If we go here, you'll see these look bigger. Work school goals is definitely bigger, right? Also, show my images. Let's refresh. Oh, I know why. Fun fact. Let's give it a second. So if you look at my projects, you'll see that I put those images in. They're here. We know they're here, but we don't see them, right? It's because I need to update that. So you're going to go to these three dots. You're going to go to layout, card preview. It's giving us the page content. So for example, I want to work today. It's going to show the content here, which is cute, but you know, I like pictures. I'm a grown-up. Page cover. Boom. Another thing to know is again, these are smaller than that other page. So I'm going to go card size, large. Boom. Much better. Who's trying to squint? You feel me? Protect your eyes. All right, we got that part. So last thing is we just need to add our lists. So we have this, we have a to-do list here. We have this to-do list. Again, remember I mentioned these are the same to-do list. I'm going to show you how these are the same to-do list. And then lastly, we have this timeline view of our goals. So I'm going to come here, slash always, slash is your homie. I'm going to do database. Key thing here is inline. Full page means it's going to make a page and then it's going to have a separate page of a database. I'll show you. Actually, I would do this for fitness. So I would say full page, fitness database. And then I would make each of these a program, posture, fitness. This is how I would organize my programming. But we're not going to do a full page. I'm going to delete this. We're going to do database, inline, first one that comes up. Boom. And let's call these your tasks. Now let's see what I have. I have email list. Actually, hold on, let's look at the headers. Name, tags, due, status. Name, tags, I have work. I have school. We're gonna get rid of school. Actually, no, my bad, we're gonna keep it there. And I'm gonna delete it. We'll do work first. I had name, tags, date for when it's due. And then I had, go away, status. Boom. And this is a very new feature. This Notion dropped this maybe like 2 weeks ago. Everyone, the Notion nerds on Twitter are very hype about this. You can edit these and make them custom. So let's say, let's say you want to do by priority. Change not started to low priority. I don't know, make it yellow. High priority, make it green, something like that, or make it red. You can customize all of these. So we're gonna exit out of that. All right, cool. We got our vibe. So we have name, tags, due date, and status. So I'm gonna come here and email list. I want that email inbox. So I'm gonna do a colon. Boom. And I said it was due on the 20th. And then let's go to school. Oh, one thing I missed. So as I mentioned, these are the same database. There are 2 ways that you can get it here. We want to get that database that you see in work. We want to get that to school. And the reason why, let me just tell you, again, future you, the reason why you want it to be the same list is because in my ideal world, I want a master list. If I have a bunch of to-dos, I want them to be on the same list, because maybe you try this system and instead you decide, actually, on my MakeQ, I just want one running list of everything I have to do today. It doesn't matter if it's for work. It doesn't matter if it's for school. That's how I have mine. But the way I have mine is exactly like this. If I wanted to look at a certain project, I can see the to-dos that I have to do for that project, and I also still have a running list on my MakeQ. So it may take a few extra steps, but I promise you, for future you in the long run, it's worth it. So 2 ways to get your tasks to school. First way, you can just hover over these 6 dots and you can copy a link. Boom. I'm gonna come to school. I'm gonna paste, create link to view of database. Voila, table, done. And then you can filter it however you wanna filter it. That's it. Alternatively, let's delete this. We're gonna do /link. Oh, no, what is it called? It's called like database view. What is it called? Linked view of database. Your tasks, boom. So either copy the link and paste it, or just search for it here. That's it. And then you're gonna filter through. So I wanna say, let's make my school list, revise grad school app, September 15th. Revise grad school app, pencil on, please answer beating it, for school on September 15th. Boom. And we're gonna delete this 3rd one. Now, this is for school. I only wanna see school stuff. I don't wanna see work here. Filter, tag, school. Now also, I have it, oh, you know what I'm missing? Done. Is it done? Because if it's done, we don't wanna see it. Checkbox. I like to say done ? And also, this feature came out maybe a few months ago. This was also a huge thing for the Twitter nerds, was that before, when you had a checkbox, you could only go this far. But like when I have a checkbox for a to-do list, you just want to see the checkbox, right? So now you can actually just hide it. And I want to have that first, so I'm gonna just drag that over here and put that at the front of the list. Boom. So lastly, this one is unchecked, but we're going to do things as we go along. So I'm going to add one more filter here. Done, unchecked. That's it. And I'm going to just tap filter so I don't have to see that anymore. Good to go. Real quick, I'm going to come here and do the same thing. Now you see how I added the done here? This wasn't here before. It added it because this is the same list. I'm going to do the same thing, bring this to the front, and this is for work, so I only want to see work, and I don't want to see anything that's checked. I just want unchecked. Filter. Boom. Last piece. I love timeline view for certain things, particularly with goals. Again, the power is in the slash timeline, and we're gonna make a new one actually. Remove your pretty faces. So we're gonna, if it lets me, let's make this bigger. You see how this is like in the middle of the page? Ooh, this is also very new. Notion has been going crazy with new features. When I tell you, like, this is the time to get to know it because I've had to relearn all this shit. So you're coming in at a great time if you're new to it. You see this square right here? How it says switch peak mode? This is new. So before you could either see it big or you could see it like this in the middle. Now they have this where you can see it on the side. You can edit it to choose what's your main thing. Do you want to see everything on the side? Do you want to by default see it big, or do you by default want to see it in the middle? You can choose. I'm going to choose full page right now so we have more space here. And now we're going to make a new database and we're going to call it your goals. And ooh, you see how actually though I made this as a table? I don't want a table. I want a timeline. No problem. I'm going to tap table. I'm going to edit view. Layout is a table. I want a timeline. Boom. And then I had 3 goals. Let's see what they were. I think one was eat veggies. Broccoli. Give me my broccoli. How rude. Boom, eat veggies, read 1 book. Read 1 book. Oops. Why won't it let me? That's weird. Usually how I'm typing in here, it lets me add the emoji. I'm not sure why it won't right now. And then lastly, everyone's fave, pay taxes. Money. Boom. And again, I personally like how it says your goals. It feels clunky to me. I want everything to be as minimal as possible. If you haven't yet, when we're done, or just in life, take a second and go through Notion template. Like just search like Notion dashboard on YouTube and just watch a few videos. People get crazy if you haven't seen it. Some people like a lot of color. They like calendars. They like rainbows. I have 0 attention span. I'm a squirrel. I'm looking everywhere. So I don't like to have a lot of color. I don't like to have a lot of emojis. So again, I like everything very minimal. So I would get rid of your goals, how it says that here. To do that, I'm going to hit these 3 dots. Properties. Nope, I'm lying. It's layout. Show database title. It just looks cleaner, you know? And then let's come back. As you can see, everything is breadcrumbs at the top. And let's just look. Boom. I think we did it. So this is the OG. I think the OG, this one is just a little bit bigger. The clock. Yeah, actually I like the clock this big. But that's it. We did it. All right. Any questions? It was many things, but
Sorry.
go for it.
Can you hide things like that add comment field or like adding a new card that was like it took up a big space there on the side, like not
Yes.
go away?
Beautiful question. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way, especially the add new card. I wish that were just like in the menu or whatever. Yeah. It feels clunky, but no, not yet anyway. If it changes, got you. I spent a lot of time on Notion Twitter. Anything else for now? Again, I'm going to, I'm going to link to other resources of things that I've, like other templates that I've made. Like I have a feedback tracker template, I have a brain dump template, and I think I have one more that I'll send you. And as I mentioned, this was all inspired by my new course, What the Fuck is Notion? Because people ask me all the time and I love it. And so if you like this, if you want to learn more about Notion and you feel like I am the teacher for you, I'm pretty great if I say so myself. It is this times a million. It's very in depth, I will be honest with you. But I particularly broke it into 4 pieces so that it feels manageable because I really, I want you to digest it and be able to feel like I got this. Maybe you won't get crazy and build out NASA's next database in Notion, but I want you to be able to have the resources to be able to do that. And so it's in 4 sections. The first one is the fundamentals. So it's kind of like what we did today, but going through literally like each piece and what it's for and how you use them. And so how are you uploading your own custom images? How do you make your custom images? How do you go more in depth about colors and use them in a fun yet clean way? Again, I like a clean aesthetic. Part 2 is database design. I gave you a little taste today, but when I tell you, that's nothing. You can have relational databases, which is really where it gets fun. So you can have a database of your projects. You can have a database of tasks, or you can have a database of your children and a database of tasks, whatever it may be. And then you can link a task to a project. And so just how today, how we did, we had work and we had school, it's like the grown-up version of that and not doing it manually. Fire. So that piece, we're going to do database design, and that's so you can make your own, your like built out to-do list, habit trackers, your reading list. Those are all databases. That's how you really take advantage of Notion. Some people don't use them, but I feel like, what are you here for? Part 3 is another live demo, a live workshop where you're going to work with me, and it's making how I have a Maed queue. You're going to pull inspiration in part 1 and 2, and then I'm going to live be here and show you different examples of different dashboards and how people use them. There are different methodologies, and you're going to build your dashboard. So for example, if you want to Google when we hop off, there's one you can look up. It's called Second Brain and Get It Done. Those are the 2 popular ones. And you can just Google those on YouTube real quick. I would encourage you, honestly, just to see, because Second Brain is actually a book by some man, Adrian. I think it dropped already, right? The book came out. I think it came out like 2 months ago. But Second Brain is a way of, it's basically they're both different ways of working. And then people take those ideologies and transform them into Notion dashboards. So there are different techniques that people work with if they have a short attention span, if they have ADD, if they, whatever the vibe is. Adrian said life-changing. Adrian is obsessed with Second Brain. So yeah, Second Brain and Get It Done. I would recommend looking into those because, again, for Notion, I love it. Yes, you can tell, but also it's helped me figure out how my brain works and how I can work effectively. And then lastly, part 4 is project management. So that's going to be, how do you track your goals, travel planning, itinerary planning, how I cannot stress to you enough, I built my entire business in Notion. Life Made Easy would not be as organized and beautifully efficient as it is if I did not have Notion from the start. And how I create my content database, how I all of my digital courses are hosted in Notion, everything. So that's going to be part 4. And if you are ready and you want to dive in now, for the next 24 hours, you can purchase it at my pre-sale price, which is $69 with the promo code Notion Live. And again, I'm going to email you all of this great stuff. I will email you that link, email you the promo code, upload this recording right now, and I will send it to you. If you have any questions, holla at me or slide in my DMs. People do it all the time. I have been paid great money to build things for people in Notion. I love it. So if you have questions or you're stuck on something, just ask me in my DMs. I'm always here to help. I love nerding out on this. Oh, it's okay. You were late. I'm going to send the recording, and you're in the course, so you're good. You're going to get way more than this, but this was a great intro. Thank you for joining. And yeah, that's it. If you don't have any questions, if you're watching this in the future, you're iconic. Thank you for being here.